Hey YouTube, this is Icy. This is actually my second
Battle
attempt at
Royale.
recording my
Be
commentary,
advised, gas is
as I
closing
did
in.
fuck up
Proceed to the safe
moving
zone.
them around, trying to cut some of the gameplay out. So I decided to land Superstore because you get, not only will you level up your gunplay, your decision making, but you will also get tons of cash here. It is pretty fairly away from the helicopter, so it is pretty vacant. I land in this back side of Superstore because it is pretty free. Not many people will go to this specific spot here in this
Target
window,
locked. Get to work.
so you can basically not worry about getting shot or meleeed like 80% of the time. I do get very garbage guns for this area off the start. Power is just really bad, and the tundra is the tundra. And sniper rifle. So of course I pick up my two favorite SMGs right now. Actually, no, I wouldn't call the MP5 one of my favorites, but off ground loot, it is probably definitely one of my favorites to use. The Milano is definitely one of my favorite SMGs right now. It is really good damage, really low fire rate, really low recoil. MP5, really terrible range, but really good time to kill. So they're pretty much perfect to balance each other out. At this point, I don't really know if nobody's here, but it is definitely my first assumption. I haven't heard any gunshots since the fight that I had. What am I talking about? I'm thinking way too far in the future right now. Well, here's the fight about to happen right now. So I open that door, I run through it. I hear the guy slam the door right open. I don't know exactly what door it was, so I run right to the corner, wait for him to come out, and I just catch him off guard. So now I have decided to loot the rest of Superstore. I am definitely now certain in my mind that there is nobody here. So I do get 20k from Superstore, which is enough to buy a lot of things, like a loadout, a UAV, and self-res at this gas station buy, which isn't one of my favorites.
Area recon is up. UAV entering the AO.
I don't know why, but after I bought this UAV, I was trying to find an angle to make sure that it wouldn't land on top, because it happened to me last game. I don't know why it took me so long to do it. And which it did end up working successfully in my favor. But I anticipated it wrong.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
If you didn't know, you are able to grab your loadouts from windows, walls, and ceilings.
UAV entering the AO.
Out of the way. I am the driver.
So I see this guy on the UAV, I push him instantly. I see his footsteps, he did run inside, so instead of being an idiot and trying to chase him, I try and cut him off from the inside.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
Enemy
And boom, there you go, that's the MP5 for you. Goes very quickly in these close quarter situations. Only thing it's good for. Now, I whipped that guy on the heartbeat.
Yeah, I like.
Took a guess that he was on the roof and not just on like a second floor. And he does call me a hacker, but that is just the power of the FARA.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So I get enough cash to buy another UAV. I prioritize UAVs a lot playing Warzone because you need to know where people are in this game, in all
Get
battle
recon on my
royale games,
location.
UAV entering the AO.
and it's just something to do. You'll be just driving around senseless. So I see this guy on the inside of Superstore. I initially think that he is through here. I can see his footsteps now, but as you can see right there, but during in game I did not see him before. And
Be
now
advised, UAV
he
is
is
bingo
dead.
fuel. RTB for resupply.
So instead of going immediately for my ghost loadout, I try and get another UAV from looting up the rest of the gas station that I have not seen yet.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Area recon is up.
UAV entering the AO.
I use this UAV to make sure there's nobody around my loadout. If you ever have a trophy, make sure you throw it on your car if you have one. You don't want people being douchebags, throwing stuff at you, shooting rockets at you. It's not
Be
fun.
advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
So I come inside to make sure that there's really nobody else here, and see if I can just find a little bit of extra cash. Extra cash wouldn't hurt anybody, would it? Especially if it's free off the ground.
I will drive us.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So instead of me pinging this bounty right now, well, that I'm about to
Losing
get,
ground.
I kind of just, I saw it on the minimap and just instinctively went to it. I don't really like going, I don't really like pinging stuff because I think it's just too big on your screen.
Bounty target identified. Slot the bastard.
Setting rally point.
Enemy
I
UAV
am
overhead.
My bounty does end up getting poached, but I don't really notice
Bounty
that
target
and care.
down. Well done.
So, I see this guy run inside. I fail to bait my car to misdirect him. Throw the thermite at him,
UAV overhead.
but he ends up getting me because he got that stun off. Does go down, but he does have a self-res.
Keep your head down.
You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment.
So in Gulag, what most people will do is, if they're not rats, they will go up to one of these lanes and challenge you there. You will probably win if you have the gun skill for it.
You've earned it.
Move on my way.
So I pinged dealership because that was where I got my ghost loadout at, and hoping that my stuff would still be there, so I can have some sort of way to protect myself when I go out to cop to get my other stuff. The reason why I'm sideways flying is so I get the maximum distance in the quickest amount of time. I don't know why this works the way it does, but it's helpful. I'm glad I know it. So since my stuff is not here, I end up trying to see if I can find a gun on the ground that is good. Unlike that Howard 77, one of my least favorites.
Okay, I am
I
driving.
do still grab the
Enemy UAV
Jeep
overhead.
and drive over the cop. I don't really, at this moment, I don't really think they would still be there. Especially with our riot shield and collie stick. So my guess was right, he is no longer here. And I was able to get my stuff safely. So right here, I did hear something. I don't know what it was exactly to this day, but
You got gas
who
inbound.
knows?
Safe zone
I thought it was
relocated.
definitely thought it was somebody. I didn't get anybody on heartbeat, so I kind of just stayed inside.
You're being tracked by an enemy team. Stay sharp.
Most of the time when I am being tracked by a bounty, I do forget about it because a lot of people will just grab it, really not to really go after you, but to know where somebody is on the map. The closest bounty for me is inside of Superstore, one that I'm pretty comfortable getting with since it is indoors.
Bounty target is up. Let's get it done.
Okay, I am driving.
So I did think that he was at that orange building. I didn't know if he was inside or on top or in one of the cubbies. So I run up top to see if I can get any positioning on him.
Got gas moving in.
Go for a heartbeat, but I don't know if I was too far away or if he was ghosted. So he is on top of the building, and I just shoot him down with a FAR 83. This moment right here, I'm pretty hesitant to go to any buy station. I have 9.7k, but I don't really want to go to anywhere, especially somewhere in the middle of airport. Those are fucking horrible. Please never go to them unless you are forced to. Even so, please try and avoid them as much as possible. So right here, I go for the bounty. It is just so I can know where somebody is on the map and I have something to do. At first, I do think that my bounty is that car coming right at me, but it's not, and I just wreck his shit. That car definitely did scare me quite the amount.
Move on my waypoint.
You evaded the enemy trackers. Good work.
I will drive off.
When I get shot at most of the time when I'm in the car, I will just drive away instead of engaging at them because I don't really know where they are. So my bounty right now is inside that house, top floor. You can see him right there. I failed to bait the car, but I just played up. I hear the grass rustle just a little bit, so I am able to get an audio cue on where he is, and I was able to get the first shots off on him. So I do have 31k. This is one of my favorite buy stations in this general vicinity. So I do buy a UAV, well, multiple UAVs, Ghost, and another self-res.
Area recon is up.
UAV entering the AO.
So I see these two guys' last
Get recon on
engaged
my location.
on the minimap. One is in diner, the other is in an apartment. I throw the Jeep towards the rocks. Throw another UAV up, just so I can get clarification that he's still there. They are making a lot of noise, which isn't good. But somehow I do get first shots on him. Start to spray at him. Miss a good bit amount of my shots. Terrible thermite right there. Doesn't hit anything but that desk.
Be advised,
So on the
UAV is
map,
bingo fuel.
he does
RTV
jump
for
out to the front and go up the ladder. You can hear him. At least that's my assumption, because I never saw his ping. His ping went back to neutral and then it
Gas is
changed
moving
back.
in. New safe zone located.
You can tell where somebody is, depending if they're below you or above you, depending on the arrow on the mini-map.
Loadout drop headed your way.
I do start to get shot at. I don't see where this guy is at all. The sun is the most broken thing in this game. I don't understand why they haven't fixed it. I don't know if he's even below me or if he's in front of me.
I will drive off.
Which is kind of just on my part. So I see this guy in the very back. He's pretty defenseless, so I do take the advantage on him. He doesn't ever notice me until I start shooting at him. So I had the immediate advantage on him. Start to beam him. Well, it wasn't really a beam. It was just spraying at him. Hit a good amount of my shots. Initially, I thought he quit because I just could not see any trace of him anymore, but he's just stood in the corner. And I do far 83 him. He calls me a pussy! I don't know how I'm the pussy when he's in the corner of the
Gas is
map.
closing. Get to the new safe zone.
I don't understand it.
There's less than
It is
10
the Call
to
of
go.
Duty
You can win
community,
this.
so I should have expected something like that. This Bertha is now ground level. It was up top on the bridge. It rode down the rocks. I didn't really know what he was doing at first, as I thought he knew where I was. But no, he goes towards the gas and goes up that mountain that I'm looking at right now. I am taunting the spectators right now as well. See, he's up there.
Gas is moving.
The rest of this footage is going to be uncut, by the way. I don't have any more space in this share factory. So this guy, I see him behind the tree. I wait for him to get out of any kind of cover and far 83 him. I try to far 83 that guy. It's bad trigger discipline on me because he could just easily run towards that side of the pillar and rocks. So now he actually has some sort of idea of where I am.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
This is a terrible push by me. I shouldn't have pushed this. I should have just gone into the field so I could have... Because I already knew what side this guy was. I didn't know where the other guy was, but I knew where he was.
You were 1 of 5 remaining.
He does kill me, but he did hear my footsteps. If you guys have any tips on video making or my Warzone gameplay, please let me know in the comments. This has been Icy. I'll see you guys next time.